have you heard of the concept of winning streak?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like as in when you're like on a roll.
No, not specifically that. No. No, I can't remember the guy. I only just recently came across it. I'll find it and I'll send it to you. But there's this guy who was diagnosed with a terminally ill cancer in the brain or some shit like that. And he then just set out and started to find wins throughout the day because he had it so bad. And he had this movement like pretty much called a winning streak. So in the premise of it is, he went and bought a coffee this morning, right? We had a coffee this morning. And he goes in there, he goes to the lady, he goes, I've bought a coffee. He goes, how much is the coffee? She's like $2.50 or whatever it was. He goes, $2.50, all that happiness for just $2.50. He goes, I'm on a winning streak. He goes, how good's that? Some people need a Ferrari to make himself happy. I just need a $2 coffee. How good's that? I'm on a winning streak. And then he would walk outside and the sun would hit him just in the right way. He goes, oh, how good's the sun? I'm on a winning streak. And then the concept goes like that. Pretty much just having that.
It's building the I'm on a roll.
I'm on a roll,
Yeah.
And it was funny because I thought, oh, let me give it a crack. Let me see how we go today with some of these things. And it's funny because it does reprogram your mind to start looking at the little things and go, oh, how good's that? I'm on a winning streak. You know, my dad came in before and I was like, just to say g'day. I'm like, oh, that's nice of him. Yeah, he came in before your office was closed. Your door was closed.
Didn't work.
Yeah, that's it. Or, you know, you got AI that does it all for you now. You're just playing
I was laying
Super
down,
Nintendo.
jumping on my trampoline.
And it's like, okay, cool. Now, what a winning streak. My dad's still here. I can still speak to my dad. I can still have a conversation with him. He hasn't passed away, touch wood. And yeah, it was just interesting to see how you can reprogram your brain just to find those little wins and those little things throughout the day. And then who knows, one of them could be a big win. One of them could be a great win. So I kind of like the concept behind it. I'm going to dive deeper into it a little bit. He does have a book out. I'll find out who the guy was so I can send it to you. But it was interesting to see.
I heard something like that and someone would be like, you know, if you're driving and like, let's just say like you're coming up to a red light and it goes green. You're like, fuck, it's my lucky day.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? What a lucky, and it's like, Brad Lee said it. He's like, I want to hang around lucky people who deem themselves to be lucky.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I was like, dude, maybe it's, when I was a kid, we would go fishing. I was known as the lucky one.
Yeah.
Like everyone could be fishing.
That's it.
Give Robbie the rod. Give Robbie the rod. Give me the rod. I'll throw it in. Boom, fish. Just, I don't know what it was.
That's it. They liked you.
And yeah, it kind of ingrained it. And I'm always like, I'm lucky. Like, it always falls away. What are you talking about?
Come fishing with me. I'll sort you out.
I'm the fisherman here.
Yeah. So I like the concept, and it's funny how it just reprograms your subconscious to start looking for all the wins throughout the day as opposed to all the challenges. And it's like, I feel like the last 2-3 months have been the challenging period, you know, just shit, everyone's just bothering you. It is huge perspective.
So much perspective.
And it's great that I've been able to shift that perspective because, mate, the last couple of days that I've just like been implementing this little thing about win streaks. Just like, oh, cool. Like today, I just went and picked up my daughter from school. Oh, how good's this? That I get to go pick up my daughter from school. I'm on a winning streak. Get home, my dog's still there. Oh, g'day. How are you? Give her a pat. Oh, I'm on a winning streak. So everything like you're looking at, it's just like a big or small, and then eventually something massive will happen. You're like, bang, oi, how good's this? I'm on a wing streak. So I like the concept. I'm going to dive deeper into it, and I'll let you know in 6 months' time how it goes.
When you'll still be on a winning streak.
Won't stop. Won't stop.
It is a large portion of it is just perspective, though, right? Like it's like you can have yesterday, dude. I don't know why. Yesterday in the morning, I was here, but I wasn't like just felt cloudy. Just felt like you're there, but like you just don't feel. I'm like, man, like what the hell? Like, did I not sleep right? Like, what is it? Do you know what I mean? And then you start like everything starts to agitate you, and it's like, oh, this person wants this, and oh man, again, like, and then it's like sometimes you just need that reset, like that focus on that change of perspective. Like, hey man, there was once a time where you wished you could be half. You wished you could have walked half the path you've walked.
Yep.
So far, you would have been happy with that. And it's like now you've doubled that, and you're still not happy with it. You know what I mean? You just need to bring yourself back. Because when you're on a roll, that's one thing. You can also go on a
losing streak.
Yeah. I was going to say roll backwards.
Yeah.
I couldn't pronounce it. But you could also go down that same path. All of a sudden, everything's fucked.
Yeah, and I felt like that lately.
Yeah,
I felt like that lately. I don't know. It's like everyone in construction. It's like, how are you? Oh, man.
yeah.
Everything's fucked. The industry. I can't find anyone. This person's not paying me. This person's not doing that. Everything's fucked. Everything's this. Everything's that. And it's like, man, it does. It sucks you in, and you start to believe the hype as well. He's like, fuck, maybe everything is fucked. My dad came in before, we're having a chat. I'm saying, we're going to start looking at sites. And I go, we're going to start buying sites and start looking and doing our own developments at the moment. Okay, because we can control so much more of it, and I don't know why we don't do it. He's like, yeah, but you need the find. He was coming up with the roadblocks. Yeah, but the market's shit. It's not a good time. I said, so is it impossible? There is no sites out there that are good to buy. None, zero. I was like, no, that's not. Well, then fucking, yes, it's harder. We're going to have to find them. Oh, you got to get finance. Good.
yeah.
Good. We'll get people to invest. I've got this person said to me the other day, find a job, I'll invest. I've got this person saying, I'll find something, I'll invest with you. We'll do it. We've got money isn't the hurdle. The site, okay. Oh, sorry. Everything's a hurdle. Everything's difficult.
Jump over the hurdles.
Exactly. Jump over it. So it's funny. Like now you're talking about the winning streak. I'm not looking at the losing streak. And I've needed to do that. I felt like I needed that disconnect from the negativity from that aspect. I try not to buy into it, but I think sometimes when you're under pressure and when things aren't going your way and everyone's complaining and everything's happening, I was like, fuck, no, change it. Another thing I did starting this week, actually, I've started to plan my day. So I'll write down like what I'm going to do in each block of the day. So say 6 to 9, 9 to 12, 12 to 3, even all the way up to bed. I plan my whole day out, what I want to do, what tasks I want to do between these 3 hours and so on and so forth. I'm writing down my goals every day, just could be anything, could be long-term goals, could be short-term goals. I'm writing a quote of the day, I'm writing my successes, some targets, and I'm writing my goals again before the end of the day. And
Do you feel tired?
no, I feel all right. Do I look tired?
No. But
Right.
what made you just...
You saying I'm not looking good?
No, you look great.
Thanks. I didn't do my hair before, but yeah.
I'm saying, like, what is it that prompted all of the need? Like, something, you didn't just sit there like, you know what, I should fucking do this. There was something where you're like, you know what, like, I need to fucking tweak something here.
Yeah, I have to because as I said, I felt like the last few months, like at least the last couple, I've just been slammed. Everything needing to happen and everything not go, like you have clients not paying you, and then you got to get the cash flow moving in the right direction. You got to do this, you got to do that, and then there's mistakes on jobs that shouldn't be mistakes, and it was that snowball effect. Like everyone's there saying how the world's fucked and everything's difficult and everything's hard and this isn't happening, and I just can't accept it. I can't accept it. There's people out there making millions of dollars a day, $1 million days even. Who would have thought? And it's like, don't get sucked in. Like I had that sort of epiphany over the weekend where I needed something to change because I just kept focusing on just the shit. I was believing a lot of it, listening to a lot of it, seeing a lot of it, and I needed it to change. So I decided that I'm going to start going back to some of the basics because I used to do that all the time, mind you. All right, it's like it's effectively the Grant Cardone 10X planner. That's what I was using as I had it there as a reference. But where he breaks down his days, he's got his goals, his successes, his targets, and his goals again. And whether that's the best thing to use or not, whatever it might be, it was just something. So, and funny enough, I felt a lot more productive yesterday, having completed a task that I really wanted to do. Oh, and just a side note, how good's Claude? You've been harping on about it for quite some time. I've just jumped on the Claude bandwagon. And for those of you that don't know who Claude is, Google him and give him a call.
Get it together.
Get in touch. But yeah, chat's a thing of the past for me. I was using it to help me with some work the other day, and I was like, this is fantastic. Like it's just turned, honestly, something that would have taken me at least a week to do. And I did it in 3/4 of a day using Claude.
That's not even the full effect. Like,
I'm scratching the surface.
Wait till you start doing things where you're like, I didn't know this was possible.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm pumped.
Like, if I had to do this, it would have taken me a month.
Yeah. And that document you gave me today that I've got to go through, and I will go through it. Fantastic. Like things how you can go, you've effectively come to me as a external party, say, hey, these are the things we can do for your business in the AI space. Review it, see what you reckon's good. Some of it you can do yourself, some of it we can implement, see what we can tailor, and you can be the test dummy, and then we can go and roll it out to other people. So I'm all for that, man. Like I reckon it's so good. We're going to use, I think people like you and me who are critical thinkers, are going to benefit the most from that AI space.
Dude, we're starting to see it now.
Yeah.
Like we're starting to see it's taking jobs now.
Yeah.
Like people have lost jobs.
Yeah. It's definitely affected my rush to hire someone.
Because you're like, man, if I wait 3 months, this tech might get so good I don't need to hire
it's not
someone.
even that. It's even from the perspective that I'm using it now. Like I've got one of my contract administrators who was working with me recently resigned. And normally I would have already had an ad out to hire someone else in the office. And I'm like, I don't actually need someone at the moment. I don't need someone to do the things that he was doing because I can get this done through the existing team, but utilizing AI. And it's like I'll train my PA to do certain things that the CA was once doing. I can train the GM now to do certain things that the CA was doing through using an AI, be it Claude, be it chat, whatever it might be.
Dude, it's wild.
So it is. It's pretty cool. It's exciting. Definitely exciting.
And like, if you spend time at a computer, dude, I automated something the other day. So for anyone we do SEO for, right? We run SEO 6 months at a time. In the middle of that 6 months, we do what we call a quarterly review. I used to have one of my team members do it. It would take 4 hours. I did it on Claude the other day. I set up the automation. It's now done in like 4 minutes.
So
like 240 minutes to 4 minutes. Like, it's like, fuck, you just scored back 4 hours, 3 hours and 56 minutes.
huge.
What can you do with that?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or what's the things that you otherwise couldn't do previously that you can now do because you understand what this brings to the table?
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think we're going to start seeing people now. Like with this we're going to see people, and I don't know if you remember, but at the start of the year, I said to you, "Hey, we're going to see some shit this year."
You're still saying it.
Yeah, and so we're still going to see some shit this year, and there's shit happening, and it's fucking May.
Yeah.
Like, where are we going to be in September? Do you know what I mean? I think, fuck it, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this, but I think like September, October, like people are going to know people who have lost. You're going to be like, yes, so and so,
Lost their job.
yeah,
because
lost
of
their
AI.
job because of AI.
How funny.
And you're like, okay, like this is fucking really taken over now. But to go back to what you said, let's fucking go. You know what I mean? Let's go. This is what separates the boys from the men.
Yeah.
This is where it's like, okay, let's play the game.
And
This is about to even out the playing field.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, one of the quotes I wrote down, I think today, because you write a quote of the day in this book I've got, and it's like, remember, you ask for everything you've got right now. All right, this is the moment where most people will give up. This moment right now that you're in.
Why'd you write that? I'm
I wrote
curious.
it right. Why I wrote that today, because I was going through that patch where I'm like, this is shit, and I'm not liking it. Like, I'm not liking work. I'm frustrated with people. I'm not enjoying the process. And the funny thing is, I'll stand up there in front of people. See, like, you'll look at my brand and go, oh, George is all positive and he's all this and giving great business. Hey, I have shitty days. I have shitty days at work.
No.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I have days where I'm like, fuck this. I want to sell the business. I don't want to talk to anyone. Stop talking to me. And I'll see other people. I'm like, fuck this guy. He's already got, he's a true CEO. He has GMs, CFOs, CEOs, all these people working beneath him. Whatever he's got. I was like, why aren't I there? Fuck, I'm going to sell everything. I'm just going to stay home and do this and do that. Like, I have days where I want to sell up. But I remember that this is where a lot of people give up. This is where a lot of people go, yep, it's too hard. It's too difficult. I was speaking to a guy today. He's like, yep, Victoria's fucked. I'm going to Queensland. Okay. And look, maybe that's him taking control of where he's at in his life, saying, fuck it, I can't win here. I'm going to go to Queensland where I can build more and do more and enjoy the hot weather and all that sort of shit. Maybe that's his way of winning or taking control. But I also think it's a level of cop out too. It's like, oh, it's too hard here. Good. I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay and win where it's too hard.
Yeah, that you open up a can of worms. But what's weird? I think we're more impacted by our environment than we realize.
Without
And
a
it's
doubt.
like,
Are you talking from like a subconscious level? So we're not realizing it. If we don't realize
do
it,
you want me
then
to tell
it's
you?
more
So
subconscious.
I journal
Yeah.
on my computer.
Yeah.
Do you want me to read it to you? Fucking
fucking
freak. If I tell you what I wrote now,
Yeah, do
you're
it.
going to freak.
Do it,
I have to
do it.
grab my computer.
Go get it. I'll
All right,
talk
one
to
sec.
people.
Yeah, go.
I'll talk to people. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are listening to this whilst we go in this short a break whilst Robbie grabs his computer, we have the Builders Summit coming up in Sydney and in Melbourne, where I'm going to spend a whole day with everyone. It's the 21st of May in Melbourne and the 26th of May, in Sydney and the 26th of May in Melbourne. It's a free event. I'm going to teach you guys how to run a successful construction company, how to scale. Robbie's going to go through branding, marketing, AI, a whole bunch of things that are going to help you succeed in this difficult space, no matter what state you're in. So if you can get there, click the link somewhere on a website, on a social media page, wherever it might be, and get to the Builder Summit. Look forward to seeing you there. And welcome back to my co-host, Mr. Robert Chiquet.
We didn't even, everyone's going to think we planned that ad.
So,
And
yeah, I
this is
can't
why
wait.
I think something's in the air. Because yesterday, I was saying to you yesterday,
You felt off.
it just wasn't, I was like,
Yeah.
wow, I fucking slept. I slept in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I had my first full jiu-jitsu thing.
Oh,
last
how was
night.
that?
Oh, dude.
Are you still doing it in Port?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. How are you enjoying that?
So horrible.
You learning some skills?
I've just learned how unfit I am.
Mm.
When everyone can do the same thing and you're the only person going, you're like, man, what is going on? Okay. So yesterday, and then whenever I like to journal when I feel cloudy, right? And I'll go and I'll think, let me just especially now, dude. Like I use talking to do. You probably hear me talking heaps, huh? Half the time I'm just talking to my computer.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I use a program called Whisperflow,
Yep.
which is an AI program where you hold the button, you talk, and it dictates what you're saying.
Yeah.
The beauty of it is like, it'll put dot points, it'll correct your spelling, it's very good.
If you use ums and ahs, it'll get rid of it.
Yeah. If you say, hey, George, you're like, oh, no, sorry, Robbie. It'll be like, hey, Robbie.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And you're like, fuck, that's fucking great. Anyway, so I feel like my mind's going at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And I'm like, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know what it is that's making me feel like this. I don't feel clear. I don't feel settled. I feel like everything's just, I feel super cloudy. And then I said, you know what this is? This is the feeling of hard. This is where everyone else gives up, but not you, not Robbie.
Yeah.
No, just keep going. This is where we go harder.
Yeah. Fucking oath.
Do you know what I
That's
mean?
sick. That's
Isn't that sick? But it's weird because you wrote the same fucking thing today.
Yeah, same thing but different.
Yeah.
Different. Yeah, same but different. But yeah, you bang on.
Yeah, and you're like, no. This is where we fucking good.
Good. This is exactly
Good.
what I asked for.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I asked
All
for.
right, let's
You know?
fucking go.
Yes.
Do you know what I
Bang
mean?
on.
Let's fucking go. Like,
Right.
what, you think you're going to withstand this more than me?
My dad came in today and he's like, he goes, fuck, this and this. And well, my dad's actually quite a positive person. So last couple of things I've said is a bit doom and gloom. But he was saying, he goes, I see how hard you're working. And he goes, I know it's going to pay off. I said, I know. Like, it can't not. I'm not going to give up. Even if we lose everything, I'll just go again. I'll go again and again and again. I'll learn from those mistakes. I'm not going to give up. So I can't lose, really. It's just a game. It's just a game. You just got to keep going, because he saw the suitcase on the ground. And he's like, he goes, how's the suitcase going? As in, how's Builder Elite going? Because I've got an event coming up, which we'll talk about shortly. And he's like, how's the suitcase going? I said, yeah, it's going well. I go, look, last event was very successful and we're going again, going harder. We're doing it better. Ads are running. Ads are popping.
That's what.
Ads are popping. I'm getting people. I got a bloke today call me up. He actually founded one of the biggest construction companies in the country. And he messaged me on Instagram today. And I got on a chat with him, and we're having a small chat about just bits and pieces. And he goes, I just saw your stuff. I really like what you're doing and resonates and all that sort of stuff. This guy started a company worth hundreds of millions of dollars right now. He's sold out, but it was good to connect. It's going to show that, it just goes to show that people are seeing and we're connecting and opportunities come up. That's winning streak. What we just said before. So it's definitely a great reminder. So if you guys are going through a hard time, or if you feel like you're losing, if you feel like you're battling through day to day, just try that little thing. Try that winning streak mentality. Try journaling. Try writing your goals down, setting some targets.
Yeah,
and
I
just
think
focusing on
journaling
that.
is the most, in such a fast-paced world. Like, it's the things that slow you down that give you the different perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, talking so much and then having to stop and like type your thoughts.
So do you type when you journal?
I type, yeah. And then even then, like, I don't like typing. Dude, when you talk, you realize, oh, fuck, typing is slow.
Yeah.
Like, typing is so, if I can talk at full pace,
Yeah.
typing is, I can't type as fast as I can talk.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Not even close. And
I used to dictate my emails as well. Like it used to have that function where you can dictate, or it still does. But then my mic fucked up and then I stopped doing it. But
dude.
I think Whisper Flow is the way to go.
This is like, you go in and you're like, hey, here are the things we're going to talk about, George. 1, blah, blah, blah. 2, blah, blah, blah. 3, blah, blah, blah. And then it like puts them in dot points and it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. I like it. Not if you go to Whisperflow and use the code Robbie20, you will not save anything because I'm not sponsored by them. But you should check it out because you'll save time. But yeah, highly recommend. And when I do the journaling thing, yes, I have to slow my brain down. Like ridiculously. And then you ask yourself a pretty thought-provoking question, and then you got to process that. And so like, okay, why did I write that? Like, what was I thinking? Like, why did I feel the need to? And then, yeah, I think it's one of the most powerful things you can do ever, ever, ever. Highly recommend. Sounds gay. It's not.
It's not.
It's good because only the people who have the ability to critically think will be the ones who can manage this next phase of life. Because life's going to change a lot. You know what I mean? And there's going to be a lot of things that mattered that won't matter anymore. But I think a few things will stick.
Do you know what those few things are? Or are you referring to something particular? Or
yeah, I think so. If you look at the Industrial Revolution, that evened out the playing field of your physical ability. Like all of a sudden now, you could be strong, and that was a really good skill to have back then. I can be fat and sit in an excavator now, and I'll get a job done way quicker than you. Yeah, the stronger person doesn't operate the excavator better.
You can't dig a hole as quick.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Even like it, and if one's strong and one's fat, and we sat in the excavator, it's level. The excavator does the work. So I think it's going to level out the intelligence field. So it's going to be like, those people who are super knowledgeable, I think that's going to become less valuable, right? But the thing that I think will stay is things like relationships, network, personal brand.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? I think those are the things that this won't be able to, like, no matter how smart you are, it's not going to change that thing.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think communication is one of the most powerful things you can really be a master of. If you can communicate really well, man, the world's your oyster.
You can talk your way in and out of anything.
Yeah, but it's just communication's also like it's a level of persuasion. It's for sales. It's for life. It's for anything. Like if you can communicate in a powerful and meaningful way, I think that's one of the life skills that an AI won't necessarily be able to teach you. You actually have to say the words. You have to do the work.
You don't reckon an AI can show you that?
Not maybe to show you, but you have to do the work. You have to be the one that communicates. It's like, have you seen that meme where, I can't remember if we said that the other day, but where it's like, it goes, oh, hey chat, my boss is at the door. What should I do? And he says, open the door and greet him and say hello. And then the boss walks in. He goes, hey chat, she's opened the door and she's asked me to come in. What should I do? And he's like, greet her with a smile and say hello back. And then they just keep going back like that for a few minutes. Quite funny, but
that's going to happen though.
Yeah, but this is there's a powerful communication thing. If you're good at communicating and you don't need chat to do that, or an AI to do that for you. Look, I've noticed that even when we're doing our events and whatnot, and just my ability to speak to people too. It's definitely helped me not just on stage, but also on site, per se, or in the front office and talking and being able to convince people or just have discussions with people. I realized, not that I didn't know it before, but yelling isn't always the best way to get something done. Insulting or degrading or, that whole stigma of the industry that you've got to be a big hard ass to get things done. It's not always the case. Not always the case. People will often respect you when you're firm, direct, and communicate really well.
How do we better communicate?
I reckon you need to practice it. I think it's a skill.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, I think it's a skill. And people say, well, how do you just, I talk to people all the time. I go, no, that's not practicing. That's just engaging. That's just existing. I think there was this, I can't remember, I was listening to a podcast the other day, but he said, if you did a 60-second video every single day with the camera facing you and just talk to the camera about anything, you don't have to post it. You can post it if you want, but just talk to the camera and don't try and not say any ums and ahs. Pick any topic. If you like football, talk about football for 60 seconds without saying an or an ah, looking directly at the camera. And that's you practicing being able to speak and communicate more effectively and with purpose. And it's very true. I think if you do that, like now, when you get in front of camera, do you think, oh shit, there's a camera, I'm nervous?
No, but I think that's because there's just so much footage of me at this point.
Exactly right, because you've done so much of it.
Yeah.
You've done so much. It's not even a thought that comes into your mind. It's, oh, this is what I have to do now. The same way I've got to send an email, I have to create a video. You know, you don't think twice about an email or I'm a bit nervous writing this email. You go, no, I've just got to create this video. So it is something that needs to be practiced and skilled, for sure.
Yeah, I think it's, you know who tends, like the people that tend to be the worst at that? The people who communicate with the same people all the time.
Yeah, you get stuck. Okay, yeah, 100%. I had this guy I used to work with and he was horrible for ums and ahs. Like real Aussie country guy. And literally he was like, okay, hey, how was your weekend? Yeah, it was a great weekend. Had a night out with the boys and like that's how he would talk the whole time. Ums and and you know, and it was a great day out and you know, loved it. Got on the piss and had a great day out. That might not sound like anything too bad, but I ended up finding that I was starting to talk like that too, because I literally sat next to him when I used to work at this company. So we used to just talk all the time. And then I used to start picking up the ums and the ahs and all that sort of stuff. And ever since then, ever since doing the podcast as well, I think the ums and the ahs they're still present every now and then. I would say an and an ah here and there, but I definitely notice that I don't say them as much. And especially on stage, whenever I watch videos back of me, I notice that I'm not saying ums and ahs too often. They're gap fillers. Or even if you say, you know, or you say like, or whatever else it might be, just gap fillers. They're not words that you need to be putting in your vocab to communicate effectively. And I think it makes a huge difference. I reckon it would influence, there you go, I just said like, it would influence us as people's decision, even on a subconscious level, to listen to a podcast. Because imagine if that's all the podcast was. I see some stuff, some reels on my phone now. Politicians are horrible at that. If you go and watch any parliamentary address, anything, none of them can fucking talk. It annoys me. They all say ums and ahs and they actually sound less convincing and speak with less conviction because of the way they talk. It's like you're not confident in what you're saying. I find that
what if they're nervous?
Nervous and you're in front of a crowd, you're probably in the wrong industry if you can't talk in front of Parliament.
Yeah, for a politician.
Yeah, if you're a politician, I think it's important that you be able to talk and communicate really well.
Yeah, effectively.
Yeah, have to be. And if that's something you need to get training on, then you should be investing money on that to go get that training. If that's going to be your life in front of a camera or in front of a microphone, I think it's highly important.
Yeah, I'm sure there's times where people slip up and.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I've said ums and ahs even in this podcast now, I'm sure of it. But I try not to use them too much. And something that's easy to do, actually, instead of saying an or an ah, pause. It'll be often more effective than using an and an ah, than just pausing for a second.
Yeah, you got to be comfortable.
Then going again. You have to be, but again, it's all the practice.
You got to be comfortable with the silence.
Yes.
Like you have to be able to be like, and then keep talking. Yeah. And especially if you're in an uncomfortable situation, you'll be like, and you feel like any moment of silence. It's like, there's this thing where, have you heard, I used to know this chick who spoke really fast. I used to work with her. And she used to speak like, and I was like, what? Like, man, like fucking slow down a bit.
Yeah.
Like, why are you talking so fast? And then I can't remember if someone told me, if I researched it, or somehow the information came to me that supposedly when people talk fast, it's because they aren't confident and
Just
they
make
are
it out.
trying. Yeah, they're like, I need to get this out before someone stops me. You know what I mean? So like, and they try and talk super, super, super fast. Or they've said the same thing a million times and they talk too much.
Could be that too.
Could be that too.
The other, even on stage, I've noticed that too, where you'll say a joke or I'll say a joke and it gets no laughs. Just being able to get through that.
That's a great
moment.
feeling.
It's so cool. Isn't it?
Yeah,
It's so funny.
That's a great feeling.
I actually find it funny that no one laughs. But, as I said, now I'm picking up all the little shitty things I'm saying. That, though, in itself is a skill to be able to pick that up and to be able to move on from that and to go, okay, well, that joke worked better in rehearsal. And even that is just a way to get over it. Did you know that public speaking or speaking in front of large crowds is like up there in the top 5 fears of people?
Yeah, I think some people would rather die.
Yeah,
some people,
it's full on.
There's like a funny saying around it. It's like most people would rather be in the coffin than be giving the eulogy.
There you go. I've never heard that one. That's cool.
Okay, it's like they'd rather be dead than be talking in front of everyone.
My brother-in-law's like that. He doesn't even want to come on this podcast because people will see it. I find it quite funny.
We should get him on.
I should, 100%. We should get him on. And he'd be a great chat because he's got a great story and he's done well with his business and whatnot. And you'd see him, if you were to meet him, you think, wow, charismatic guy. Yeah, really, you'd think, yeah, this guy's
let's not blow his head up too much.
No, but he'd be like, oh yeah, he'll definitely be great on the podcast or talking. He goes, mate, you give him a microphone, he sweats like bullets. He cannot do it.
We should get him on.
Absolutely.
We won't tell anyone who he is.
No. So I've got a training coming up where I'm going to need to communicate to everyone.
Well, actually, it would have just passed.
Sorry?
Would have just passed.
It would have just passed. Yes, it would have just passed. But if you're listening to this, it's already done and dusted. But I've got a training in a couple of days. And it's around brand and marketing and AI as well. There will be an element of that too. And it's one of the core pillars that we teach at Builder Elite because it's one of the core things that you need to master as a business owner. And even really as an employee. If you're an employee, I think one of the most powerful things you could do is build your personal brand because it'll give you opportunities that you probably never would have had previously or before that. So we're doing a full 3 days with our mentees in the group and going to dive deep into all things building brand and marketing and AI as well, which you will touch on because you're going to come and have a chat to the guys too. You're primarily in this space. This is your area of expertise. You've been doing it for years. You've built businesses around it. Why do you think, even today, if someone's got no brand whatsoever, is it too late to start? Should they have started, because they didn't start 10, 15 years ago in 2010,
fuck, it would have been good to start then.
It would have been, exactly. But because they didn't start back then, is it even worth it now? Have they missed the boat?
Best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. Next best time? Today. It's like, you can sit there and you can cry about, if I started this back then, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, or you can just do the work.
Yeah.
Right? I think there's a couple of things. So the world has changed significantly. Like, there are people now who can build a brand and have significant influence based off viewership, attention. That wasn't something you could do a long time ago.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, and I'm not talking about like the massive people, but I'm talking about like people who, who's a really good example? What's his name? The guy, Cunnies.
Adam.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Dude, like that guy's done extremely well for himself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Built his whole brand through online.
Yeah.
Right?
Evidence-based training.
Yeah, but so what did he do when he built a brand? He got all his viewers and then he started dropping products. They got their clothing line. They got their creatine gummies and the training thing and whatever else they do. Right, but it's like, okay, cool. He got all this attention and he started dropping all these things. Another one, my cousin the other day, I don't know, I'm saying the other day, it was probably like a year ago, won a,
Starting to do my trick.
yeah, won a year's supply of pistachio spread. Yeah, I know. Wild. But
So what's
And I was
year
like, what do you-
supply?
so I
Like,
was
how does
like-
that work?
yeah, let me explain. So I was like, what, why? What the fuck? Like, how does someone win this? And he's like, oh, do you know Pistachio Puppy? And I'm like, who the fuck is that?
No,
And he shows me,
but I wish I did.
and then I'm like, where was this guy? Like, he's got a big following. He's doing all this stuff. He's built his own pistachio brand around himself.
Yeah.
And he's like taken off. And it's like, this guy, I don't know anything about him. All I know from what I've heard is that he built a brand, like he started getting a following, and then he's dropped this line and it's taken off and blown up. And now he's in Coles and stuff. And it's like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, the way you can just get a following, create a product, drop something in front of them, and it's like people will go and buy that thing, right? What's the guy's name who does the pet grooming? We used to be with him in the business group. I forget his name.
I know exactly who you're talking.
And he sells the scissors.
Yeah.
And it's like, he just made his he's not a fucking scissors manufacturer.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, but he dropped his own line of scissors. The same way people do. And it's like, it's all just from attention.
Yeah.
It's all just from living in a world where if you get enough people looking at you, you can go and say, this is this way of doing things, right? And I think that's really cool. I think that's fucking cool, dude.
Yeah, me too.
Do you know what I mean? Dude, Sushi Mango, another
Yeah.
great, yes, and they're big. I get it. But also,
They weren't.
yeah, one, they weren't, and two, so they started off doing skits,
Yeah, that's all.
like
it was.
video
That's
skits.
it.
And now, like what, they're fucking
Traveling the world and doing
restaurateurs.
shows,
They're
yeah.
restaurateurs all
Yeah.
of a sudden. Like they know, what do they know about food?
Hmm.
I'm sure they know heaps, but like now they can sell restaurants and sell this and sell that, and people want to go eat there.
It's
You
the
got to,
brand. It's the brand that
It's
they've
the
done.
brand.
You know, they've based it off that old school wog mentality and lifestyle, and you know their sandwiches are like those old school sandwiches. Their restaurant was.
Dude,
it's
I
like
heard the
going to your
line-
nonna's house and having a soup.
They also open a sandwich, or whatever they call it.
yeah.
And apparently the line was like stupid.
Yeah.
Like just so far. I think I saw a video and it was like 4 blocks away,
Mm.
the line. So who the fuck's going to wait in that line? And there's people, obviously, that's what makes a line. But yeah, all from what? Making
Building a
some
brand.
funny videos.
Yeah.
But isn't that
But here's the thing, Robbie. I'm not funny.
hey?
I'm not funny. I'm boring.
I don't know what you're going to do.
I'm not entertaining, you know? So, like, what is it? What's the barrier? Why do people not do it? Why do you think people don't do it? Build a brand. Because I'm going to go into a room now with a whole bunch of builders, 20 odd builders, and we're going to talk about them building a personal brand. I know for a fact that most of them, not all of them, don't have a personal brand. They may have a business brand. The majority of people do these days. I'd be pretty surprised if you're a business owner today and don't have an Instagram or a Facebook page on
Is
your
that
business.
okay? So, what is a brand? Because, like, okay, so if I register an Instagram, if I get a logo, is that a brand? If I just register my domain, is that the brand? If I register my company name, is that the brand? Like, at what point do I cross the brand line?
A brand is a reflection of what you are and what you do. It's your way of saying to the world, this is us. This is what we are. This is who we are. And this is what we stand for. That's what your brand is. You know, think about it with cows. Cows get branded. That may be where the term came from,
did.
potentially, yeah. They get branded. Now, if I brand a cow with GP on it, everyone else that sees that cow that says GP on it knows that cow is for eating. That is the best quality meat because all the GP cows are there and grazed in the best farms and the best conditions to make the top Wagyu steaks in the country.
And by the way,
Yeah.
I reckon cattle is going to be one of the biggest things when AI. Like it'd
Cattle?
be a huge moneymaker.
The AI is going to raise them?
No, as in like
I know. Just
we're still going to need it.
yeah. Yeah.
We're not going to need less.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So, and then you might have another cow that's branded RC. And you go, well, all the RC cows, they're not for eating, they're for milk. All right. So that's what that RC cow is for. And that's effectively what you're going to do with yours. So when people see the brand of Pascon or Legacy or One Click or $1 Million Days, they see that brand on something, on a t-shirt, on a billboard, on a TV, on social media. They're going to go, okay, that brand is for building this type of home. That brand is for creating this type of content or this type of marketing and so on and so forth. So it's a reflection of what you are as a company.
It's creating an association between an entity and something else.
Yeah.
That's what it is, essentially. And sometimes that association builds trust.
Yeah.
And sometimes it completely breaks trust. And sometimes, it becomes something you want to have. Like it becomes that thing that's in demand.
Yeah. You could have a really powerful brand and then all of a sudden you do something that's not socially acceptable and it can be hugely detrimental. Do you know who did it? Bud Light. Do you know that story? Like
the lesbian thing?
Yeah. What was it?
I don't know. I don't know it deeply.
Yeah.
I think they tried to release themselves.
No, but I think the GM was like trans or some shit like that.
Really?
Yeah, full on. And then he released something that didn't float. It was like a non-alcoholic beer or something like that, but they made it its main target or some shit like that. I can't remember, but definitely Google it because I'm curious now. But anyway, that was really, really detrimental to the brand. Everyone turned off it. Like people that had such a strong affiliation with that brand, like Bud Light was their beer of choice and they drank no other beer. And then they changed what it meant to have a Bud Light in your hand because it represented something else that their target audience didn't want or didn't like. And then their stocks plummeted, everything turned to shit. And then I think actually Dana White or Joe Rogan brought him out of the shit because they made him a sponsor of the UFC or something like that came up.
They did end up sponsoring the UFC.
Yeah.
But here, so here's what actually happened. The branding lesson hiding inside the disaster. So in April 2023, Bud Light sent transgender influencer Dylan Mulvaney a custom can with her face on it to celebrate her 365 days of girlhood. She posted a short video on Instagram. It was part of a broader campaign to address Bud Light's declining sales and attract younger drinkers.
Yeah.
But it detonated. They lost roughly $4 billion in market cap.
There you go.
Bud Light got knocked off its perch as America's top-selling beer by Modelo. They forgot who their customer was.
Yep.
They tried to be something they weren't. They had no spine in it when it hit the fan. So the CEO put out a wishy-washy statement that neither supported the campaign nor disavowed it. They upset the audience, and once trust it's gone, it's gone. So, yeah, they fucked up.
Exactly right. That was massively detrimental to the brand.
I think they were already tanking.
Oh, you reckon?
That's what it says here. Like they were already, the sales were already declining.
Yeah, and then they did this to try as a Hail Mary to get it up, and then they fucked it even more.
Went the wrong way.
Yeah, well, there you go. There's a perfect example of brand not going the right way. See, I could come out as the premier builder of this country and then be like, building luxury homes or whatever it might be, and then I might have a very strong view on something political or racial or whatever it might be, and then I come out with a statement saying, we're in support of whatever, the Bondi shooters. They had a reason to go out and shoot everyone. And then all of a sudden you're fucked. Right? But I'm just saying, as extreme as that is, that was extreme what they did. They went out and put this person's face on the can, this bloke's face on a can, and said it was a woman. And it was hugely detrimental to their audience. They didn't even think about that. That was a dumb decision. And whoever did that should have got their ass handed to them. They should have been fired immediately and they'll probably never get another job at a company like that ever again because they'll be known for the person that came out with the worst ad campaign or the worst strategy ever.
It's funny because you think of reasons brands, and we say brands, it's probably not the right term, but I'm going to use it anyway. Brands tank. Like a really good example I can think of is like GoPro.
Yep.
So like GoPro, same sort of thing happened. Like they tanked massively. I think their stock was like,
It was the most popular. It was huge.
yeah, it was like $20 or
Yeah.
something, and now it's like not even
Yeah.
10 cents or 20. It's just
I
a
mean, do you
significant,
still buy GoPros? Is that the camera of choice when you want to go get an adventure camera or anything? It's probably DJI now, isn't it?
for the camera?
Yeah.
For an action cam?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Like for people who like go diving and stuff. I think
Still them?
buy GoPro.
Yeah, yeah.
I think so.
Mm.
Don't take my advice. I'm not a
GoPro expert.
I'm not willing to swim with sharks. But it's like, okay, GoPro didn't do something wrong. How does a brand, so GoPro got done, this was supposedly my understanding. A brand like GoPro got done because China made a bunch of versions that were half the price
Yeah.
that did the same shit. But how does a brand like GoPro get heavily impacted like that? But there are fake Louis Vuitton bags and Hermes bags and all that jazz, and they don't seem to devalue the main product. Isn't that interesting? Why do you reckon that is?
The Chinese brands of the GoPro, though, weren't labeled as GoPro. They would have been Pro Yo.
Yeah.
Just another knockoff of it. But whereas the fake versions of the Louis Vuitton bags still look exactly the same as the bag.
But that's because there was no...
So the brand is still, the perception is that the brand is still intact. Do you know what I mean? Because when someone, I can't tell the fucking difference. I've seen a fake and I'll go like, I could not tell you that that's a fake. I remember going to Bali many years ago and I walked in the shop and they're like, oh, is this genuine? They're like, yes, genuine fake. It's a genuine fake. I'm like, okay. So yeah, there's probably that aspect of it because the brand is still, if someone's walking around in, a Louis Vuitton bag, they're going to go, oh, wow, okay, Louis Vuitton bag must be wealthy, must be, have just spent your life savings on a tiny little bag that costs $10,000.
Yeah, but there's no association to like like you use GoPro.
Yes.
Like the GoPro brand was purely built in the product. It had no equity behind it.
Let's think about...
Like it's like saying I built with Pascon. And it'd be like, oh, bro, I built Pascon, dude.
Yeah.
You're a Pasconian. I'm a Pasconian.
Pasconian. That's so good.
You know what I mean?
Other Pasconians out there.
Yeah. You know what I'm
so
saying?
good.
And it's like, me too, man.
Yeah.
Don't you miss George? Yeah, heaps. He doesn't call me anymore.
I know. Don't pay him anymore, so he doesn't call me. The thing about that, like the Red Bull effect, Red Bull's, you go on Red Bull's social media pages, they don't have any photos of their drink. They're a drink company and they don't have photos of their drink. They don't advertise their drink. It's Red Bull gives you wings. Why does Red Bull give you wings? To give you the energy to go out and do daring and extreme shit. Like you go on their social media page right now, anyone listening to this, go on the Red Bull page. You'll see people jumping out of planes. You'll see people launching a sheep out of a cannon and someone catching it on the other side. Like
anything where someone can die, Red Bull's like, can we put our logo?
Yeah, that's right. It's right. Bang on. And like, so look at it, the F1, all these fighter jets and all those aerial shit that they're flying upside down and doing crazy, crazy stuff, base jumping, anything that has anything to do with danger or being extreme, Red Bull want their badge on it. Now imagine if Red Bull came out and said, hey, we're going to take a different approach. We are now going to sponsor the ballet.
Yeah, it would be very...
it's like, we only want ballet people to drink our drink now. Like if we're classical, we're all about that now.
High end.
Yeah, and then all the people that are there like, fuck, I'm not going to drink this fairy shit now. I want to drink this and knowing that people have died.
Yeah, trying to represent this
wearing
brand.
this brand. And that would be detrimental to them, as extreme and silly as that is. That's effectively what Bud Light did. So how do you then capture what the essence of your brand is? How do you determine I am Red Bull or I am going to sponsor ballet or I'm going to be whatever it might be? What advice would you give to someone now to try and capture what they're about?
I think as a brand, you have to stand for something.
Yes, I agree.
Do you know what I mean? Like you need to, like, because like most people's brands, most people's business brands is them.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
Yes,
like, oh, this
exactly
brand,
right.
yeah, this brand is this because that's what I like. And it's like, well, you need to make that thing morph into its own thing.
Yeah.
You know, what do you go through without giving too much away?
Mm-hmm.
What do you go through with you guys over you do 3 days?
3 days.
Brand?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you go through?
So we'll talk. So one thing that I helped to get them to develop their brand is to talk about brand archetypes. So the whole different thing, like exactly what you just mentioned now, like what does it represent? What
What's
are
the
you
associations
about?
I
What's
want
the
to have?
association?
Do I want people to put it next to?
There's 12 core brand archetypes. I'll just go through them quickly. The innocent, the explorer, the sage, the hero, the outlaw, rebel, the magician, the everyman, the lover, the jester, the jester, the caregiver, the creator, the ruler. Now you look at some of those things, right? And let's just use one that I saw. Okay, the outlaw and the rebel. What's a brand that represents being an outlaw or a rebel? Harley Davidson, right? Challenge the status quo and fights authority. That is their brand archetype. So when you see someone driving a Harley, you're not thinking, oh, wow, family man.
Hey, Harleys are fucking loud.
Yeah, loud, annoying.
How do they pass?
Annoying.
Like, there's nothing worse than when you're sitting there and they fucking pull up and you sit there like, hey man, like,
come on, I'm having a coffee. Hurts your little ears.
it's loud.
That's it.
It would be annoying on the bike, wouldn't it?
Oh, I reckon they love it. Have you driven a V8?
Yeah, but they're not that loud.
I know, they're not that loud, yes. They're not that loud. But I reckon the people that have those, they don't give a fuck
Like,
about
aren't they wearing earplugs or something?
Maybe the helmet cushions that. Don't know. You're a motorbike rider as well, so you should know better than me. But again, questioning authority. Fuck the law. I'm going to be loud and obnoxious. And you want to fight me for it? Cool. Let's go, because I have tats and I'm tough. The magician, Apple and Disney, transforms situations, makes dreams come true, and offers visionary experiences. That's their brand archetype. So there's a whole bunch here that I just read out. And like, which ones do you relate to?
Or want to relate.
Or want to relate to, yeah. What does your brand represent? So we'll do some exercises around that to help people understand exactly what their brand is about and how they can go down that way. We'll talk about mission and vision statements as well. So I think it's a really important aspect for people to go, okay, well, what is the mission of our business? What's the vision of our business? We'll then go into developing their actual brand of their business, but then also developing their personal brand. So part of the day will be, or the days that we're going to do, is developing their personal brand. Because I know they all have that business brand. I'd say every single one of them. And as you said, their business brand becomes their personal brand. And I think that's good to a degree. I think there should be an association with that. I think people do still think of Pascon and think of George. But I've tried to shift that a little bit, where I've gotten my employees to get in front of camera and say, hey, why don't you get in front of camera and create a video? And they can start to become the face of it as well. And they can have some ownership. And then they get, pumped up because they're on the socials. But aside from that, myself, I'm a brand too. People want to come and work with me, want to work for me, want to work alongside me or collaborate or whatever it might be. They'll see that connection and the opportunities that come up as a result of that. So I think that's wildly important. And I reckon, I think a personal brand will trump a business brand if you get it right. I think it'll be significantly more powerful because people want to work with people. And we have this weird thing on this planet where if you're a celebrity, you're somehow better than everyone else. But think about it.
Obviously.
But it's a strange thing if you really think about it. This person, I get nervous and I'm excited because this person is here right now because he's well known. Like, why is that a nervous thing? I can't explain it. Yeah, it is. I can't explain the phenomenon. Like, I don't even know who. If Alex Hormozy walked in here now, right? Like, what? Like, he'd be pumped. Why were you more excited? Is it because of the extraordinary things he's done, or because of his influence, or whatever it might be? Like, you're just another person. Why don't you just open the door? Hey, get the fuck out. We're doing a podcast. You know, whereas if, you know, one of our employees came in here and said that, you'd say exactly that. So why wouldn't we say that to Alex if he just walked in here?
Yeah, but probably it's an element of surprise.
Yes.
Yeah. But also, that's a good question. Like, why? What's the level of nervousness?
There's a fascination with it, you know? So I can't explain it. I don't know what it is, but why not you be that person? Why not you create that brand and that level of influence amongst everyone else so that it helps progress your career, your life, your whatever it might be?
If you saw, who you go for? Hawthorn?
Hawks, yeah.
Who's a famous Hawthorn player?
Jason Dunstall. He was my favourite player.
Current
Oh,
player.
come on. I don't know. Who's
If you saw,
I'd say, yeah. You want me to say anyone?
I can't remember his name.
The coach?
Forward.
Jack Gunston?
Yeah, Jack Hunston.
Yeah.
If you saw Jack Hunston, would you be like, hey man, can I get a photo?
No.
Why?
I don't have that level of fandom with him. You know what I mean?
Oh, like, is there a player you would?
No, there's no one.
Sam Mitchell?
No, none of them.
You wouldn't ask for a photo of anyone?
No.
Yeah. What's weird is neither would I.
Yeah. I couldn't. I mean, it's great. Like, I go for the team and I support them and I fucking yell at the TV when shit doesn't go right because I could do it better, obviously, if I was playing on the field. But, yeah, I wouldn't feel like that. I actually went up once to Bruce because I was with my son and we saw him at the airport on the way home. And I went up to Luke. I said, hey, Luke, do you mind taking a photo with my son? And he was pumped. So I did it for him, but I can give a fuck. But when I was young, when I was that age, I remember once. Sorry?
Make it out to George.
Make it.
What's his name?
It's my son, George.
Yeah.
What's your name? Peter.
Yeah.
When I was young, I remember my mum taking me to wherever it was, a supermarket in Hawthorn on Glenfrey Road. And Jason Dunstall was there signing people's jumpers and he was giving away loaves of bread. I think it was a Tip Top ad or something, like a promotion or some shit like that. Anyway, like I was, oh man, mum was like, here, we're going to go somewhere.
Why do you reckon we've lost that?
Oh, look, I'm sure it still exists though. I think it does still exist. Maybe not with, I'm sure there's people out there now who, if they saw a football player, they would lose their mind.
Oh, without a doubt. Why don't you have it?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I just don't, I don't put them on a pedestal as much anymore as
Anyone?
I used to. Oh, no, I'm sure, like, as I said, okay, I was speaking to Alex Hormozy's team the other day, and then Alex jumped on the phone, and then I come into your office like, hey, Alex is on the phone. And he's like, hey, George, when are you coming down? I was like, oh, cool, man. We'll see how we go. He goes, oh, you're in good hands. You know, speak to, whatever the guy's name was. Can't remember anymore. Do you? Daniel? James.
Jimmy. Jason.
And, no, it's definitely Jimmy. Yeah. But even then, I came in like, hey, fucking Alex is on the phone. So there would be, and if I
looking at you like, who the fuck's Alex? Like, who are you talking to, man? I have no idea who you're talking
only
about.
one Alex.
Yeah.
Only one Alex. So that was cool, and I was excited about that. And had I taken that leap of faith and gone, okay, we'll start investing with what you're doing and going, well, I would have gone up there and met him. And you know what? Even when I met him, I wouldn't be starstruck. I don't think it would be very much. Maybe initially you saying, oh, hey, how are you? If I know I'm meeting him. Do you know what I mean? In that moment, I didn't know he was going to jump on the call. Yeah. But I shook his hand. Hey, what are you doing? Cool. This is what we're about. This is what we're doing. What do you reckon?
Yeah. But I think it would be, and this is where like brand, brand is all about association. Like your brand will instantly lift if you put up a photo with him.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
if you were sitting with him.
If we were doing a podcast with him right now, like the brand of $1 Million Days would lift.
I thought you were going to say we would lift him. That's where I thought you were going with this. Sorry. I don't know. No, of course.
I'll leave the podcast.
Yeah, it's like the association.
Yes. So maybe it's a level of how it makes you. Okay. It's like, it's how it makes you feel, isn't it? And how you're perceived. Because I heard this great saying the other day, and I think it was that modern day philosopher who said this, Andrew Tate. I love saying that. Everyone's like, oh, who's that modern day philosopher that everyone knows and loves? Oh, Andrew Tate, that's right. It's like, you don't want a fucking Ferrari. Because you don't want a Ferrari. You don't want a Ferrari at all. You don't want the Lambo. You don't want the house. You don't want the boat. Because what you want is how that thing is going to make you feel and how it's going to make you look. That's why you want those things.
Oh, dude.
And it is so fucking true.
Jimmy Carr said it best.
Yeah.
He goes, getting things is nice. Yeah. Having things isn't.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, dude. Like And he's fucking bang on.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I
People-
couldn't agree more. I think about that, like the getting a new car. Look, I was going to go buy a fucking Porsche the other day. All right, as in just because.
What else are you doing
Just
Tuesday?
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly right. When I was going to go buy the Cayenne, the GTS, all right, the 4-wheel drive, and I was there and I was like, I don't really want this car. I don't need this car. I do not need this car.
That is the worst purchase if it doesn't give you the thrill.
Yeah.
That's like the worst purchase.
It did. Like I drove it. And it's fucking
As in, like,
cool.
if you're not pumped to buy it,
yeah.
like if you're going to spend
yeah.
that much, you want to get the full excitement out of it.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And if you're
I just came back to the business and I was like, fuck, I could be investing that money in this. I'm not going to do it. But regardless, like, would I get it one day? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But it did bring me back to that saying. It's like, you don't want the car. You want what the car's going to make you, how the car's going to make you feel, how the car's you're going to be perceived driving that car. So I didn't get it. But that's exactly why. And then that sort of helped me make the decision not to get it. Because after a while, it just becomes a car. After a while, it's just your point of from A to B. And that's why you get so many people who drive the Lambos and the Porsches and the Bugattis and the Rolls. And it's like, oh, yeah, whatever. Let's just take this car. Let's go in this one. I was speaking to Simon about this the other day. You often see those people end up buying like just a nice 4-wheel drive. You think, oh, if you got so much money, why don't you drive the Lambo everywhere? Because it's fucking uncomfortable.
It's inconvenient.
It's fucking hard to get in and out of. And then I've got no boot space. And then I've got to be careful about driving down a steep driveway. It's fucking difficult. So I just bought my $200,000 Range Rover. That's what I like to drive. It's comfortable. It's big. Fits the family.
Take it anywhere.
I take it anywhere and I'm set. So it very then quickly becomes like, well, that doesn't fulfill me anymore. And that's what I think people don't understand. They feel like, no, when I get the car, then I'll be enough. When I meet this person, then then my life is complete once I've met Pendlebury or whatever, Justin Bieber or whoever the fuck you're fantasizing about. But the idea is you just be happy with you.
I think brand is it's a very powerful thing.
The brand can also put you in contact with all these people that you're talking about. If that's something you want, if that's, say you're in that space, say you're in the entertainment space or the influencer space, whatever it might be, the brand can give you the opportunities to meet a lot of these people, to get you into places that you have the opportunity to meet these people.
You know who I think's doing a magnificent job with the brand right now?
Who's that?
Adrian Bortelli.
Oh, man. 100%.
I think he's doing a phenomenal. There's people saying Bortelli for PM.
I'd vote for him.
Like, huh?
I'd vote for him.
Dude, he's 33,
Yeah.
34. I don't know how old he is.
No idea.
But something like that. 31, 30? Is he like 30? Fuck, I'd feel like it's the biggest failure.
The biggest failure.
Yeah. No, but
Shut it
full
all
credit
down.
to him. But yeah, like people shouting it. He's doing stuff like half the stuff he's doing now are brand plays.
Oh, huge.
The fuel thing,
Huge.
dropping the fuel to 49 cents. Yeah, come on.
49,
Man. Like that's
99.
like, there is no, that is a brand play.
Yeah.
That is purely like, I'm doing this thing because people are going to remember it.
And did you see what else he did? Then he put up a post, LMCT plus supermarkets. All right. Taking it to the fucking man again.
Did he do that?
He did a post. I think whether it was AI driven or whatever it might be.
But did he do that or
it's
did
like-
someone else do that?
No, I'm pretty sure he did it.
Are you sure? Because I
Yeah.
saw that post and there was someone else and they said, I'm making a prediction.
Oh, was it? Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Whatever. But regardless, it makes, if he did, I wouldn't be surprised because he's taking on Coles and Woolworths.
Oh, no, he did do it.
There you go. So Coles and Woolworths. There you go. He's taken on BP, Shell, and fucking Ampol. Which other service stations are there? Mobil. Right? He's taking on the big four and goes, fuck yeah, I know what fuel costs. This is what it actually costs. I'm going to subsidize it. And don't forget, he's got a subscription model to get fuel, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So every person's paying their $100 to $500 a year to be in that space, to be able to get fuel there. And he's only got the one petrol station at the moment. So it's in Preston, I think it is. Yeah. All right. But man, great play. Great play. Even if he then eventually comes up and he's 20 cents cheaper. So still making money, but still 20 cents cheaper than everyone else. Why aren't everyone going to go there? He's going to force the competition. He's going to get rid of that monopoly if he opens up another one and then another one and then another one. And then eventually everyone's going to those fuel stations. Everyone buys a membership. I'm sure there would be people, especially if you lived in the area. If I lived in the area, if he opened one up in Albert Park, I would have bought a membership now already. 100%. If I'm going to go, why am I going to go fill up a fucking BP where I've got a fuel card, where I've got company cars, all with BP, who are going to be $1 more expensive a litre? Like what? That's just poor business. Why wouldn't I go down that path? And then you're talking everyday Australians going down that path. And you said it the other day, like how fucking perfect was his timing?
Oh, dude, that was
The
like
petrol station
But you know what?
opened
Hey,
at the peak
be prepared
of the
and,
peak.
like, what's the luck is preparation plus. What's the fucking? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Preparation and timing.
Yes, something like that.
Preparation and something. Anyway,
I don't know. Execution.
yeah, he was already doing the thing and something fell his way. But
Yeah.
full credit to him.
Absolutely.
Like, he can't say he got lucky.
No,
like
no.
it just
He did
he ended up being
Right place,
an
right time.
extra. Yeah, he was in the right place at the right time. Already doing this thing, and then that fell perfectly for him. But dude, he's doing that thing. He's building that brand. His brand is bigger than his company brand.
Exactly. And that's what many people don't understand. His personal brands are more often bigger than the business brand.
What's he got? How many followers? 1.5 million.
Does he have that many?
Apparently.
Personal on his personal page. That's fantastic.
Is it?
I might message him to come on.
Just for a laugh.
I reckon to do it.
Let's see how many his business has. 490.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect example of where the personal brand is bigger than the business brand.
Yeah, he's also doing TV as well. So he's getting to the point where it's like he wants everyone to know who he is.
People, hey, good on him. People will get nervous seeing him now. If he walked,
Oh, dude,
if saw
I
him down
know,
the street-
I know. I lined up with next to him once at an airport.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So if I saw him, like, I wouldn't flip out.
But no,
Adrian
yeah,
Portelli
I know people that would though.
Yeah,
I know.
absolutely.
I don't know him anymore. I used to know a guy who would like complete fanboy over him.
Yeah.
Oh man, Portelli. You're like, bro, relax.
The funny thing
the
is,
guy.
yeah, I know. I had this guy do that to me once. I was at some business network event or some shit.
I was there.
Oh,
It was a Formula One.
I
George,
don't remember. When was that?
the security guard.
Oh, that's
Yeah, is that what you're doing?
It wasn't that, but
Oh, it
yes.
wasn't that?
Yeah, how
Okay.
funny.
And he's
How
like,
funny.
George. Like,
That is so funny. My wife just can't. She can't believe it when that happens. Like it happens every now and then. Someone walked by. Oh, are you George? And then she's like, I can't. What the fuck just happened? I said, hey, I'm a mover and shaker.
Yeah, I'm the
Just
real
relax, relax. You're lucky.
What?
Do you want my autograph? I'll give it to you. I'll sell it to you. How was that? And this is long before I started to really hit the brand. I might have had a few thousand followers, maybe at the most. And this guy saw me and he came up to me and he's like, "Oh man," he goes, "I watch all your videos. They're great. I love it." He goes, "Oh, I'm actually a bit nervous talking to you." I'm like, "Why, man?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know. I just feel like I've just been watching all your stuff." He goes, "I feel like you're a movie star or something." I started laughing. I said, "No, man. I'm just humble George Passes builder extraordinaire."
Just humble George
That's
Bassett.
it. That's how I introduce myself here.
We get
It's my nickname.
people talking about the podcast and saying,
Yeah.
I've listened to you boys for a while.
Yeah.
I feel like I know you both.
Yeah.
Do you know
So
what I
cool. Laith, shout out to everyone that's listening to this episode. Thank you.
Yeah, and
Appreciate
shout
you
out to
being here.
all the new listeners.
Yeah, we noticed, Robbie showed me the numbers today. We're getting traction, nearly number one in Australia.
Nearly.
Nearly, we just have, we're just 200 spots away from the number one podcast in Australia. So,
We should check where we rank.
yeah, it should be,
a good idea.
should be up there. Should be up there. Why not? No, but I mean, hey, what we're doing now, this is a brand building exercise.
This is a brand building.
If you thought anything else, like as fun as this is, and we're talking about it today, this morning for a coffee, and we're like, you go, oh, what's it going to look like to do this, this, and this? I said, hey, you're thinking small. Thinking small. It'd be good if we could just, cover the costs for what it takes to put this thing together.
Yeah.
Hey,
If this just
hey, what if this was the number one thing, and we were forced? What if we were forced to quit our jobs because this blew up so much? What if
I'll
when?
make that tough decision.
when anyone comes into this country that's of significance, famous people, politicians, you name it, whoever it might be, movie stars, singers, entrepreneurs, and they go, get us on the $1 Million Days podcast. That's where we need to be. If we're coming here and we're doing a tour of Australia, we must get onto the $1 Million Days podcast. Book it in with them. We need to see Robbie and George. We went and saw Chris Williamson last year. I was going to say the other day, last year. And he had a room full of, how many people were there?
1,500, 2,000?
There's at least a couple thousand people, sorry. At least, probably more, I reckon, because there was the upstairs section too at St Kilda at the Palace, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Palais Theatre.
Palais Theatre. And this is a guy that does podcasts for a living.
And they were paid tickets.
They were paid tickets, yeah. They were paid tickets. And he does podcasts for a living, and he was up there and he was talking, and there were people lining up to get a photo with him at the end of the event. Like, we left, even though we had a photo. We could have got the photo op.
Yeah.
We got the VIP ticket. But there was people there lining up and like 100% fanboy. And there was some person that stood up. He goes, man, I've listened to all your podcasts. He goes, this is amazing. And hey, relax, sit down.
I still think about, I like Chris.
I was listening to his podcast
cool
yesterday when I walked. I think he's got some really good guests. I think it's good.
I like the other guy the guy that did the opening.
Oh, yeah. He I can't remember his name now. The gym guy.
James Smith.
James, yeah.
Yeah. So I would love to sit down and have a conversation with those two.
Yeah. It'd be great.
Yeah,
but that's
it'd be
the
awesome.
thing, okay? So we're putting ourselves right now in a position to do that. Despite where we are today, episode 135, something like that.
Ish, yeah.
Yep. So despite where we are today, that's 135 weeks for those listening at home. That's 135 weeks straight.
Yeah,
Not a single episode missed.
This is now at the point where it's like we can't
fuck up.
We can't fuck it up.
Yeah. If we fuck up, it's completely our fault.
Yeah.
At this
Have you
point
seen
in
that
time.
Friends episode where they're throwing the ball?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They can't stop.
Yeah.
They're like, we've been going for 8 hours.
That's us.
This is that, yeah.
This is that. And it's like 1% of podcasts make it past episode 20. Episode 20, 1%. And we're at 135.
Yeah, so we've
So
done it.
what
We've done it.
percentile of people that do podcasts and have done podcasts are at 135 right now straight
Yeah.
as a percentage? It's not fucking there. And this is where consistency is such a key factor to success. Consistency is such a key factor to you building your brand, because you could have an excellent brand, but if you don't post for 6 months, you're going to get left behind. You could have an excellent brand if you're not there constantly in front of people's faces, giving your knowledge, giving your expertise, showing a bit of your personal side as well. It's not going to work for you. So it does take effort. Yes, it's not a simple thing that I'm going to post one video and go viral and then champagne will fall from the ceilings. I'm going to have 2 million followers and I can retire. That's what people think it is. Go to the gym. You're not going to get a six-pack. Not after a session. It's going to take multiple sessions, multiple training days and eating right and discipline and a whole range of things for you to get the results. And it's the same with your brand. It's the same thing with your brand when you're building that.
Constant iterations.
Yeah, mixing it up, changing the style, changing the type of content. We go and do professional content that's filmed with a camera guy and mics and everything like that. And then I'll do other ones where I just pick up my phone and I talk. You said it to me today. You said, hey, that video that you do when you used to walk home and just create a piece of content, do that. And then we'll run an ad for it. Like, that is content. People, I've actually made more money from videos holding my camera up and talking and people then buying into whatever I'm selling.
You know which ads are performing at the moment?
No.
The on-site ones.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. It's showing another perspective. It's not just me sitting in front of a mic or in the desk or whatever it might be. It's showing, oh, this guy actually is a builder. This guy actually does practice what he preaches. But that's my brand. My brand is I position myself to be the construction expert in the country.
I might go record some ads on your site.
Should.
Yeah.
Should. Do it.
Build my brand.
But
Run some
hey,
ads.
but then like we can leverage off that too. You've got a brand, I've got a brand. Our affiliation with each other can build brands, because then you could have someone else in the industry. Maybe I go and see whoever it is, the boys from Greyer in Queensland. I go and see them. They've got a huge following. We sit down, do a podcast or do a connection, or I interview them or whatever the fuck it might be. And then go, oh, do you know them? Yeah, we sat down and did this the other day. Oh, wow, he's, come and be my friend too. I said, all right, cool. The opportunities are endless when you can start building your brand.
Yeah. If someone can cash in from pistachio paste, what is it? Pistachio spread?
Yep.
The
I
opportunities
had a
are
friend do that
literally-
too with maternity clothing. So shorts and stuff like that when you have a baby, and active wear and all that sort of stuff. And then he did that during, I believe it was during COVID, him and his missus did it. And they all online. They didn't go and open up a shop on Chapel Street or in Chatston. They did it all online. They built this brand and then it exploded. And now he's got a huge business. And you look at it and you go, how'd you do that? He goes, oh, it's just all online. It was all about building brand and presence and everything he did. They did it together and they built a fantastic brand. I've actually been meaning to get him onto the podcast. But he's got 5 kids, all under 6 or 7. So it's he's a busy guy, but very successful. All from building his brand.
Maternity clothing. Huh?
That's right. I've got to put it into use.
Yes. Then build the sink oven.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll focus on the personal brand aspect of it too, and then I want people to win on the day too. So at the training, so we're going to give them proper assets that they can walk away with, so they have no excuse to go out but to build their personal brand, and to start it.
What would you say to someone who's listening to this right now who wants to do, like, they're like, fuck man, I want to do it, but they've got something stopping them?
Well, it's them getting in their own way. There is nothing else. If you're not putting a personal brand out there, it's because you have fear of judgment by other people. You're fearing what people are going to think, what they're going to say. Oh, look at this hot shot. I used to cop that. When I first started my personal brand, I used to get that all the time from those closest to me, friends, family. Oh, watch out, the fucking celebrity's here. The hot shot George is here. Can I get a photo with you? And then eventually that goes away. All right. And then eventually it turns into, man, I see your post everywhere. I was like, unfollow me. Unfollow me. You don't buy my shit anyway. I'm not doing it for you. I'm not doing it to advertise to my brother or to my sister or to my mum or my dad or my wife or anyone. Like, don't follow me. I don't care. I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for me and for what it does for my audience, the people that want to consume that content and see that content. So you will get praise and you will get negative comments too. How many ads do we run that you see negative comments on? They're always there. There's always there. I get so many people saying that I'm ripping people off in comments. You get so many people saying, what do you know? You're not even a fucking builder. You're just some nuffy in a suit, like, who just sits behind a desk or whatever it is.
I had someone comment once on a video and they're like, how's AI going to help the construction industry? Yeah. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro?
Yeah. Like, yeah, and wasn't it? I don't even think it was videos. About that.
Yeah. What the fuck are you saying? Yeah, it's funny. You got to laugh at it.
Well, that's all you can do. That's all you can do. You got to ignore the praise and you got to ignore the booze.
Yes, that's a key part.
Yeah, because
where'd you learn that?
Probably Gary V. I think it was Gary V.
Oh yeah, because he says I block out all the noise.
Yeah. It was Gary V. He was definitely saying something along those lines, because he goes, I don't give a fuck about anyone that says anything negative about me ever. I couldn't give a shit what you think, Frankie Pants 23. He goes, but in the same token, he goes, I also don't care about the guy that says, Gary, you are amazing. You are a hero. I fucking love you. You should be president and the father of my children. Right? He doesn't give a fuck about anyone that says anything about that as well.
Shout out to Gary V. He was one of the
he's the OG, man.
He was one of the first people to come out and be him.
Yes.
Like there was zero putting it on. And they're like, don't swear. He's like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, fuck you. But he's also like, it's not an act.
It's not an act.
Because it's been like that for 20 fucking years.
Dude, there's a video of him doing a TED talk in 2008 or 2012 or something, like before he blew up.
Gary,
yeah. And he was the same.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how this stuff's going to be big. Yeah. Credit to him. He's a fucking weapon.
So good. I don't consume as much of his content anymore, but he was
Gary.
Definitely the reason why I started a personal brand.
Yeah.
And he was also the reason why I started a business brand.
Dude, he was the reason I looked into social media.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I was reading. We read the same book, Crushing It. Yeah, it was his book, Crushing It. I read that book and I was like, fuck, I have to do a personal business brand.
I was listening to him.
And that's when I did it. Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Listening to his podcast.
Yeah, cool. I think I started after that. But then that's how it was 2015. Like that was around 2015. And I looked at it and I'd posted something like 9 photos in the space of 2 years on my business brand. And I was like, fuck, I've got to actually start moving with this. And then I started to post more and do more and get photos. And then after that, I had a strategy. I invested money into building brand. I spent I allocated, I remember back then, it was a lot of money for me, $20,000 into a videographer company and I said, cool, I got 20K. I want you to document this whole project. Can you do it? And they're like, yep, absolutely. So they documented the whole job from start to finish. We did like this mini series where I'd come on site and talk. And I look back at those videos and they're a bit shit from the perspective of how I spoke, how I presented, what I was wearing, what I looked like. But that's the whole point. You're going to be shit. Accept that. Our episode number 1 of $1 Million Days is nothing like
episode.
Yeah,
Solid episode.
It's probably the best episode anyone's done. But imagine how good it is now. Like
I'll give you some interesting stats about that, George.
Yeah.
So I think with podcasts specifically, people seem to come on and listen to episode 1.
yes, yeah. I think they go back to the beginning.
Isn't that interesting?
I find that interesting too. Yeah, I don't think I would do that. I've never done it from a lot of the guys that I listen to today. Going back to episode 1.
So it is our second most listened to.
Oh,
episode.
which is the first? Please tell me it's the one where we're racist or homophobic or sexist. Come on, we're not doing enough.
Makes you feel weird when you see the 2024 date.
I know.
You're like, Jesus. Second most listened to episode. And then we've got so just for context, the 4th most listened to episode was recorded 5 weeks ago.
Yeah, how cool. We don't know what it's going to, and then you'll eventually we're going to film an episode that's going to explode and it's going to have 1 million fucking downloads because we're going to talk about the right thing or it's going to go viral or people are going to start listening or we're going to get the decent following or we're going to get that special guest on that everyone wants to listen to and go, how the fuck did you get that? And that's going to happen too. That's going to happen where it gets to the point where you go, how the fuck did you get Trump on your podcast? And it's like, hey, I'll tell you how. It was 200 episodes worth of work. That's how. It was over 200 hours of content. That's how we did it. Week in, week out, consistently doing the reps. And that's what your brand is. You are going to suck at the start. When you go to the gym for the very first time, it's sore. You're using a shit technique. When you play a sport for the first time, if I picked up a tennis racket now, I said, look, I'm going to start picking up tennis. I want to be a tennis player. I'm going to be horrible the very first time. No one compares. The problem is, this is what the problem is with brand, with business, with life. Everyone compares themselves to Cristiano Ronaldo when they're playing soccer.
You did not just call him Christian.
Cristiano? What the fuck? I don't know. Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Messi. So right? It's like you're comparing yourself with the people who have done the reps.
Your chapter 1 to their chapter 10.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. We didn't start this podcast going, well, if we're not Diary of a CEO with 3 billion views in 6 weeks, then this is fucking worthless. Or I'm a failure. This is a disaster. We're never going to get anywhere with it.
Can I give you some really interesting stats about the podcast?
Yes, please.
That I think you'll find quite fascinating because I think people fail. I think we're so used to social media and everything that we fail to think about how much reach we're actually getting. There was this trend. You would have seen it. A lot of people would do it because it's like you tell someone to post that video and they're like, hey, I only got 50 views. And it's like, bro, 50 views is like, if I told you to come in and talk to a room full of 50 people, that's that's pretty good, right? If I tell you to come in and then there was all those things. It's like, oh, I only got 50 views. It would show you a room full of 50 people. It's like, I only got 100 views, show you a room full of 100 people. Oh, I only got 1,000 views. It's like a room full of 1,000 people.
Yeah.
And I really think we fail to understand how many people you can actually reach.
Yeah.
If I said to you, take a wild guess, how many countries do you reckon we've reached with this podcast?
On a podcast platform? Like on like a Spotify or something like that? Or is it, you're talking about like social media?
No. Podcast. Not socials, not YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. So just...
No socials, no YouTube. Just podcast platforms.
How many countries are there in the world?
198.
198?
We haven't reached every fucking country, George. Calm down.
I'm just asking because if I say something like 300, then people think I'm dumb. Is that right? So I need the context.
Okay, good. Yeah, good.
Okay.
Realistically, how many countries do you think
someone's downloaded this podcast?
Someone's downloaded this podcast and listened to it.
So that'd have to be English-speaking countries, one would think, or understand English.
You'd think so.
All right.
How many countries speak English?
I don't know. That's probably a better question to ask you. How many English-speaking countries are there? But there also could be people who speak English in a non-English-speaking country. So I'm going to go with, I'd like to say 50%, but let's go with 75.
You think 75 countries?
Well, fucking, you made it sound like it's going to be a massive number.
It's 112.
So more.
Isn't that wild?
That's most
Is that
of the
not
planet.
wild, dude?
Okay,
Like,
take
so
out
listen to me,
fucking all
listen
the
to me.
people that don't speak English.
If you're listening to
that's
this-
a lot of people listening to this
If
podcast.
you're listening to this podcast right now, you're listening to a podcast that's reached people in hundreds, of over 100 plus countries. We've reached people in. Isn't that a
good-
wild
yeah.
stat?
How good's that sound?
Hey, 947 cities.
Oh,
Dude, we're going to crack 1,000 cities soon.
Yeah.
Our most newest locations: Hilo, Hawaii, Miami Beach, Florida.
Aloha.
Yeah, it's Hilo.
No, aloha is
Oh yeah,
fuck. You uncultured swine.
Thunder Bay, swine.
Thunder Bay.
Thunder Bay, Ontario.
Thunder Bay. What a place to live. Where do you live? Thunder Bay. That's a great place. Shout out to all our Thunder Baynians.
It's wild.
That is pretty cool. But you know how many people we would have, or how many cities we would have reached if we never did this podcast, or if we gave up after 20 episodes and didn't hit 3 billion downloads? None.
How many? That's true.
Not many.
72% of our listeners are normal.
Normal.
Yeah, they've got an iPhone.
Oh,
And 6% have an Apple computer. There you go.
cool.
That's some cool
You
stats.
see, we know. And how many of the bank accounts do we know?
Everyone.
Yeah,
all
every single-
970 cities. Yeah.
Every bank account.
Every single person.
You wanted to know how
Yeah.
this podcast was funded, and now you do. It's just a cent from every single person. It's okay.
You know what it is, dude? It's an asset. This
Yeah.
is an asset of
Yeah.
a bunch of stuff. Dude, like, you know, when I first started dating my girlfriend, she goes, "Do you know what made me get to know you?" And I said, "What?" She was like, "I watched a lot of your clips."
How funny.
Yeah.
It's
She's like,
like,
"There's
alright,
a
this
lot of
guy's alright."
content about you, and you're the same person in real life."
Yeah, and that's so true. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
she's like-
pretend to be something
and,
else.
Yeah, she's like,
it's very
you couldn't,
hard.
Like, she's like, so I kind of worked out like you were real.
Yeah.
Like you weren't, the person I was seeing wasn't being faked.
Yeah.
She's like, and that kind of allowed me to get comfortable really quick.
It's very hard to do that. Like and you know, again, build. What a great point that you bring it up. Just before we wrap it up, if you're going to start a personal brand and you're going to be that type of person to go out there and put yourself out there, don't try and be Gary V. Don't try and be Alex Hormozy. Don't try and be me. Don't try and be Robbie. Be you. Because the best person at being me is me. No one's going to get better than me doing that. So if you don't naturally swear in your day-to-day life, don't go out and swear like a trooper like Gary does, because it just won't come across as authentic, and people will look at that and go, this guy's a dick. Why? I'm not going to listen to him, or I'm not going to connect with him. And then people that do know you will look at you and go, why are you swearing, man? You never sworn in your life and you just dropped a C-bomb. Like, that's no good.
What's a C-bomb?
It's caterpillar.
Okay.
So so be your authentic self. And it's so easy being you. You're the best at it. So that's a huge piece of advice I would give anyone wanting to start a personal brand. And people will like that more.
Yeah. And there is no end.
Yeah, no end date.
There is no end. It's not like, hey, I
clocked
clocked
it.
this. Nah. It's like, this is just, it's literally an infinite game. People at the top of their game think like the people, who has the most followers
It's probably Kim Kardashian.
still
or
has to
some shit.
post.
Yeah.
Still posts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Still builds brand.
Yeah.
And
And it'll be something else one day. Like, it might not be Instagram. It might be, I don't know, Mic Face.
You heard it here first.
That's it. New app dropping soon.
Yeah.
But wherever it's where the consumer is, it's where their consumer attention is.
Might be a VR world.
It could be. It could be. I think they did try to do that a few years ago with what was it, with the
Meta world.
Meta Worlds and all that
Metaverse.
sort of shit. Yeah, that's the one. That's
I
the
think
one.
they're killing it off.
Are they really?
Wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure. There you go.
Yeah, but that's because we still have to work. Once AI does everything, we won't have to work. You can just plug yourself into the VR world.
Yeah, and go
sit,
again.
Sit in your cubicle
Yeah.
and plug yourself in so you get nutrients. You think it's a joke. You'll see.
I'll see.
All right. On that note, go post a video that, you know what, George? I just had a flashback, and I'm gonna end this like I ended this podcast once, and I posted a video. I chose to do, I don't know if you remember this. It was 2 years ago now, but I did the 75 hard. That was 2 years ago. Can you believe that shit? Yeah. Yeah, I know. I did 75 hard. And part of 75 hard, for those of the new listeners, it's the 75-day challenge where you need to do all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. And I was doing the carnivore diet. And I decided to vlog about it, right? And I was showing like, yeah, this is what I'm eating, blah, blah, blah.
I remember seeing it.
And then someone saw it, someone that we both know, and they saw it and they said, oh, carnivore diet, what's that? And then they reached out to me a few weeks later and they said, hey man, I just want to reach out to you because I want you to know that I saw what you were doing. And I didn't know what the carnivore diet was, but I was really unwell. And since uncovering this, I've been on it for 8 weeks now and all my symptoms have gone and blah, 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 blah. And it's like all because I chose to build brand, all because I chose to make content about it. It's like someone's life will significantly change. And that's someone who came and told me.
Yeah.
How, what about the people who haven't? Do you know what I mean? And it's like, it only takes one.
Yeah.
Like you don't know
one person's life.
You don't know who needs to hear what you have to say. Just say it.
So just say it.
Roll the dice.
On that note, thank you very much for listening. Appreciate you all for being here, and you can guarantee that we will be here next week building brand once again. And one day when you see us in the street and you go, is that George? How funny was it that day when I went to Land Rover and your mate messaged you? He goes, hey, I think that guy you do the podcast with is here. I want to go shake his hand, but I'm nervous.
Yeah. He's like, I thought that guy looked familiar. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's the podcast, mate.
Yeah. That's him.
Thanks.
That's him. And if you see us in the street, get really, really nervous before you come up to us and say, hey, you guys, are you the guys from $1 Million Days? He's like, yeah, that's us. Like, oh my God, can I have a photo? Say, don't touch us. Go away. Go away. Speak to my PA. Speak to my PA. Because we're going to get way too big. We're going to get too big for photos. We're going to get too big for autographs. It's going to get too big for life.
Just come talk to me. Don't talk to George.
Don't talk to me. I'll get upset. I'll get upset. This is a facade. This is not, I am not the person that I'm portraying on this podcast. In real life, I'm a caterpillar.
Big C.
A big C. Thanks, guys. See you next week.
Thanks, everyone.